Welcome back. Here we are in June 2024. Memorial Day weekend recently has passed by, which means it is the unofficial start to summer. Summer officially starts in about a week or so, but I'm all for being outside in the warm weather. Not too hot, maybe get some golfing in, some beach time, just enjoy the outdoors. That's what I'm all about. But before we can jump outside, we obviously have to cover our June Flight Club package. We got some pretty great new chocolates in this month, and our Flight Club subscribers will be some of the first to try them, of course. Went with some of the more unique options, and I'm pretty excited to go over these. So, we'll briefly touch on them as we did last month, and then we will transition to the unboxing and quality control tests. Pretty excited to see where things turn out, as I'm going to start comparing all these kind of unboxing QC test results in July, and we'll see what we come up with. So, don't know till you try it, and I'm trying something new. So more to come on that in July. In the meantime, you can see I'm here in front of my Wonka shrine. I'm actually wearing Wonka socks. I try to show you them, but that's about as high up as I can get my leg, so I guess I'll do some stretching, and then maybe next month I'll try to be able to get that up there for you to see. I would jump that high, but I'm just, I'm no NBA player, but maybe someday, if I just keep jumping all the time, I'll get that reach. Anyway, so let's begin to go over this month's Flight Club, and post-film we will do our hands-on unboxing of each chocolate. So without further ado, let's take a look at these brand new features. Alright, so to kick things off, our new brand feature is actually coming from Reykjavik, Iceland, and we're going to be highlighting Om chocolate. We actually have a double feature for you, so before we jump into these bars, let me give you a little bit of info on Om chocolate. They are a bean to bar company founded in 2013. They had actually kind of, at that time, realized that, there's no one in Iceland making bean to bar chocolate. It's just kind of, there's plenty of chocolatiers buying already made chocolate, of which they're, molding into bars or bonbons or confections, but no one in the country was actually making chocolate from bean to bar. So they kind of, saw that, and then in essence began crafting bean to bar chocolate. Much trial and error, as most, startup chocolate makers have to go through, but they are working in direct trade with all of these various single origin farms around the world, and in doing so they can ensure they're getting the highest quality cocoa and the farmers are getting the best quality pricing available. They're primarily made in small batches, and they have quite some unique flavors that you don't typically come across. Their bar scoring is also aesthetically pleasing as can be. It's not your standard rectangles in a bar, but instead it's kind of more geometric shards, of which you can break off and have different size pieces. We'll obviously get to take a look at this when we're doing our unboxing of each bar, but it is quite unique and gives that nice aesthetic that you don't typically come across from a lot of other bean to bar makers. They're using both Icelandic inclusions that are locally found in Iceland for their inclusion bars, and they do have a strong single origin chocolate line as well. Om really kind of blew up in, the market, as some of you may be familiar with the name Zac Efron, the High School Musical basketball all-star. He's, not only can he play basketball, but he can sing. And when he's not doing High School Musical, he's your neighbor when you're Seth Rogen living in a frat house, or he's the Iron Claw. Kind of, does a lot, but more recently he's been on a Netflix series called Down to Earth, and they actually visited Iceland, and it wasn't in their initial plan to go to Om chocolate, but the whole crew drove by it and kind of said, wait a second, how did we not see this or know about this? They stopped in, did a full day of filming. They actually made some chocolates with the crew at Om. You can see it's actually a pretty funny episode. I would recommend it, because some of the chocolates they come up with weren't the best flavor combos, but I'll let you take a look on your own if you're interested. It's called Down to Earth on Netflix. And no, this is not a paid ad. I just, want to promote Om Nom chocolate. So here we are. I'm no Netflix pony, but it is a pretty good piece. Would recommend checking it out. And to cover our first two bars, which are included in this month's package from Om Nom, we got a double feature, double whammy. So we'll start with the Black and Burnt Barley Chocolate. This is actually, if I can get it focused, perhaps, maybe not, but we'll look at it in a little bit. This is a black white chocolate because it has volcanic lava salt infused into its composition. So, white chocolate's kind of like an ivory color. What happens when you mix black into white? Turns dark, and that's exactly what happens with this. Do not be caught off guard. This black bar did not go bad. It has volcanic lava salt in it. It also includes a puffed barley piece or pieces on the backside of each bar. So it's a pretty interesting flavor profile. It's, a heavy cocoa butter taste, and you'll pick up notes of almost burnt toast, coffee, and obviously malt from these puffed barley pieces. It's, more of a love-hate situation, but this is one of the most unique bars visually I've seen in my days of, this chocolate wheelhouse journey that we're going on. And the lava salt added into this adds a little bit of savory flavor into this, sweeter white chocolate base, so to speak. The burnt barley on the backside kind of brings it all together, and it again is one of the most interesting bars and flavor profiles I am yet to taste. Moving on to the next Om Nom feature, we're looking at their coffee plus milk chocolate bar. Also love the package designs. I wish this camera would focus a little better for you, but what can I do? I'm no cameraman. So this is, a milk chocolate, but it doesn't have cocoa solids. So whenever, when you open this up, it will look like that brown color of a milk chocolate normally does. But it's actually using ground coffee beans instead of cocoa beans. So instead of having, your cocoa solids infused in this bar, you're adding coffee solids to almost a white chocolate. This is kind of the first of its kind that I've seen. It's got, coffee beans, milk powder, sugar, cocoa butter. That's pretty much it. And they teamed up with their friends at Reykjavik Roasters, who actually roast these coffee beans, which are then ground and infused into this chocolate. Pretty unique. I'm super excited to taste it. I haven't tasted this one yet. Black and Burnt Barley. Say that 10 times fast because I can't. Is pretty unique. I wanted to include that one specifically, but this one just being one of its own in that it's a coffee milk chocolate almost. Had to include it for our Flight Club subscribers just for the unique factor. Double whammy with these Om Nom bars coming to you, and just like that, we're going to be moving on to our next bar. We have covered for our next bar or maker Côte d'Or in the past. This is their connoisseur bar. Côte d'Or has been a Belgian chocolate maker for over a century. We have touched on their history a bit in the past. I will link some previous reference notes in the description if you want to read more about their brand. And this is their classic connoisseur bar. This was originally created, I believe, in the early 1900s, this package style. And there's actually two bars within here, so it looks pretty thick. And if it was, you'd probably break a tooth because, the cocoa butter is so tightly bound together. Luckily, there are two kind of flat bars in here. They're 75 grams each, and this is a 56% cocoa content. It is kind of Côte d'Or's, claim to fame, the Noir de Noir, the OG dark chocolate formula. Super popular, actually one of our best-selling dark chocolates in a bar format. And it almost has kind of a smoky aftertaste once you try it. I adore it. I think it's a great quality chocolate. Plus the packaging is an homage to some of their original packaging that they did in the early 1900s. They were actually founded in 1883. They do also have this in a milk chocolate and a caramel milk chocolate format as well, which we have featured in some previous months. But overall, these, 2-layer bars, both individually wrapped, are perfect for snacking, sharing, tastings. Phenomenal dark chocolate overall. To follow Côte d'Or, who was founded in 1883, let's move ahead one year to 1884. That's when Chocolat Bonat was founded in Voiron, France. Bonat just produces absolutely incredible single origin chocolate. This specifically is the Puerto Cabello, Venezuela, 75% dark. Can you go wrong with Venezuelan cacao? Not really. Actually, you can't. And the Puerto Cabello region is a pretty large center for trading cocoa with Europe, coming out of Venezuela. We actually have watched a great clip in a previous Flight Club video where you meet Stéphane Bonat, the, I believe, 4th generation owner, might be 5th, I will check that. But I will link that video in the description below, because Bonat just produces some of my, can't pick favorites, but some of my, top choices when it comes to bean to bar quality. Ever so smooth, the cocoa butter, oh my, it's just out of this world. You really can't have a bad experience with any Chocolat Bonat. At a 75%, some of the smoothest I've tried. Those French and that smooth chocolate, man. Can't get enough of it. And I guess I won't, because this one, sorry roommates, will not be able to share. Those are our core 4 features this month, and we're going to look at our in-flight treats. So to begin, we will look at the Goldken. Oh, look at this. Milk chocolate bar from Switzerland. This is a 37% cocoa content, and it has see that? I can't really focus. Again, I gotta do something about this camera. But this has infused Remy Martin cognac fine champagne in each piece. It's kind of like a syrup liqueur center in each piece of chocolate. I know I was saying I wasn't going to do the opening of each of the in-flight treats, but this one I will be. Highly recommend checking this out if you didn't receive one or if you're not part of the club, because it is a pretty fun, unique chocolate. The sweet Swiss milk chocolate, I mean, can't go wrong with that, first of all. Come on. And then with the infusion of the Remy Martin cognac, out of this world. This one doesn't last long in the pantry. You could even have it as a little pre-game. Get a little sugar and champagne to get you fired up before going out with the crew. Why not, right? Great combo coming in from Goldken. We have had before some of their other bars. They do, collaborations with companies like Jack Daniels, the Botanist Gin, Captain Morgan, bunch of liquor infused bars, and they are ever so popular. Perfect for gifts too. Father's Day is coming up. Not too late. Keep in mind, by the time you're watching it, it might be, but a belated Father's Day present is better than nothing, if you forgot. But hopefully we didn't forget. And lastly, we have an assorted Amade chocolate Neapolitan selection. We love these little tasting squares, about 5 grams each. We have 3 chocolates in this collection. We have their 9 blend, which is a mixture using cocoa from 9 different cocoa origins, mastered to perfection. We have the Chuao Venezuela, 70%. By the way, the 9 is a 75% cocoa content. Lastly, the Blanco de Criollo Peru, 70% dark. That is one of my top choices, the Blanco de Criollo. I had actually visited Amade back in 2018 in Tuscany. Got to do tasting and check out their facility in Italy. It was phenomenal, and the Blanco de Criollo since then has been, top tier on my list of chocolates to try. You're going to love these, plus the little 5-gram format is perfect for snacking, enjoying, pairing, tasting, whatever, And that just about wraps up our, little elongated intro for this month, but it's kind of a hybrid intro to / covering everything. If you got any questions, shoot me an email, give me a call. Happy to chat. Always love chatting chalk. We got so many more options coming soon, so stay tuned because you're going to love what's in store for the rest of this summer and this fall, man. It's just going to be home run after home run. We're going to be drafted to the MLB pretty soon just because we don't miss. Swing and hit every time. So I'm looking forward to checking out these in the unboxing format, seeing seeing how these look, kind of doing some more tasting, quality control, and then all of those results will begin to get posted come July. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it's as good as I think it'll be, but if not, we'll just keep on keeping on, because that is how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and definitely check out the unboxing of each of these chocolates below. And you know the deal, as always. Eat, sleep, breathe chocolate. Cheers.